This isn't just another conflict. What just happened may reshape how power, energy, and global stability actually work. When Donald Trump escalated tensions with Iran, it didn't trigger surrender. It triggered something far more dangerous: retaliation, fear in global markets, and pressure on one of the most critical choke points in the world, the Strait of Hormuz. And when that valve is threatened, this stops being regional. It becomes global. Because when energy routes are unstable, everything changes. Fuel prices, shipping costs, food prices, inflation, even the perception of American power. This is where the real story begins, not on the battlefield, but in the system behind it. Let's rewind. This didn't start with one strike. It started years ago, when the nuclear deal with Iran was dismantled. That agreement wasn't perfect, but it provided something critical: visibility, inspection, time. And when that framework was removed, it wasn't replaced with strategy. It was replaced with pressure. Maximum pressure. But pressure alone isn't strategy. While Washington focused on dominance, Iran adapted. It didn't try to win head-on. It built resilience. It spread out its capabilities. It used geography, alliances, and leverage points. Because modern conflict isn't just about weapons. It's about systems. And the Strait of Hormuz? That's not just water. It's the control valve of the global energy system. Now here's where it gets serious. Iran doesn't need to defeat the U.S. militarily. It only needs to make the system unstable. If shipping feels risky, insurance costs rise, routes change, markets react, and suddenly a regional conflict becomes a global tax, paid by everyone. And this is where the strategic gap appears, because the U.S. message has been inconsistent. Is the goal deterrence, negotiation, regime change, or just display of power? And when objectives aren't clear, allies hesitate and adversaries adapt. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is watching and adjusting. Countries begin to hedge. They diversify partnerships. They build alternatives. Because when a superpower acts unpredictably, others don't wait. They prepare. Now let's be clear. This isn't about defending Iran. It's about understanding strategy. Iran isn't acting emotionally. It's acting structurally. It uses pressure points, shipping lanes, proxies, regional leverage. It doesn't need dominance. It just needs to make power expensive, messy, and politically difficult. And that's the trap. Because when escalation lacks a clear endgame, it doesn't resolve conflict. It multiplies it. So what does this mean for you? Simple. If you buy fuel, food, or anything transported globally, this affects you. Energy shocks don't stay isolated. They ripple through supply chains, through prices, through economies. Now, there are 3 possible outcomes. A managed reset, where diplomacy quietly reduces tensions. A realignment, where global powers start building alternatives to U.S. dominance. Or a spiral, where escalation spreads across regions, markets, and systems. But no matter what happens next, one thing is already clear. The system has changed. Trust has shifted. And once the world starts building alternatives, it doesn't go back. So here's the real question. Did Trump trigger a trap or walk straight into one? And is the world now preparing for a future where power is no longer centralized? Drop your thoughts below, because the next phase of this story is already unfolding, and it won't stay contained. Disclaimer: this content is for informational and analytical purposes only. It does not constitute financial, legal, or geopolitical advice.